claims that the pipeline will actually increase energy security. They make the point that it's going to it's going to boost America's economy and everything, and that it's going to provide more jobs. And it'll be a more efficient way to transfer oil, but there is negative consequences to each one of these claims. For example, as far as it being good for our economy, I have evidence saying that it actually doesn't even contribute mainly to our economy. It's mainly going to be towards Canada, and the oil will transfer to other places. It won't even be a huge effect on the U.S. in the first place. And I have information saying it's a climate impact of the Keystone XL, and it says serves as an export pipeline through the United States, not to it. State Department analysis confirms that the majority of tar sand crude will be exported internationally after it's processed in Gulf Coast refineries. And also the board continues, this is a study done by the Cornell University, the board finds that the socioeconomic impacts of the Keystone XL project will be of a temporary nature and limited to the relatively short duration of pipeline construction without significant long-term effect on surrounding communities. So that also goes into more jobs. I know he made the point that regardless of the misleading facts that have been analyzed, that there still will be more jobs, but they consider these jobs based off of the fact that there'll only be a job for a year or two. Like after second year and after everything's been done constructed, then there won't be a job anymore really. And I have evidence on the jobs as well, saying that another study done by Cornell on the Cornell Global Labor Institute, it says all in all the claims made by the KXL proponents that the project will generate thousands of manufacturing jobs are unsubstantiated and misleading. If a significant proportion of the pipe is fabricated outside of the U.S., this further decreases positive U.S. employment impacts. Furthermore, the evidence also suggests that only final processing work is likely to be done in the U.S. and that other pipe components are also being imported. This further reduces any potential U.S. manufacturing job impacts. And what also has to be taken into consideration is the fact that enlarging the Keystone pipeline is dangerous, dealing with all the oil and everything. So the Keystone, a study done in the price of oil, the Oil Change International, says that Keystone XL will raise emissions and reduce air quality in both Canada and the U.S. Treating respiratory and other illnesses incurs economic costs and therefore kills jobs. So its effect on the environment has another effect on the economy. So since there's negative effects on the environment, such as the greenhouse gases increasing, then this will also have an effect on the misleading statement about jobs. So he also made the comment that it's the most efficient way to transfer oil. And in fact, the tar sand oil is a dangerous oil. A study on the tar sands pipeline safety risk by NRDC says that higher temperatures thin the dilbit, which is the oil used for the Keystone pipeline, and increase its speed through the pipeline. They also increase the speed at which acids and other chemicals corrode the pipeline. An accepted industry rule of thumb is that the rate of corrosion doubles with every 20 degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature. At high temperatures, the mix of light, gaseous condensate, and thick, heavy bitumen can become unstable, which could lead to oil spills and things. I also have evidence that says, done by the Cornell Global Labor Institute, saying that certainly the environmental damage of a worst case scenario spill from KXL would be very extensive, particularly affecting the Midwest residents' livelihoods in agriculture, tourism, and many other economic sectors. Stansbury study notes benzene released by Keystone XL worst case spill to groundwater in the Sandhills region of Nebraska would be sufficient to contaminate 4.9 billion gallons of water at concentrations exceeding the safe drinking water level, such as a spill Such a spill would pose serious health risks to people using that groundwater for drinking water and irrigation. So, in all, they make all these positive claims for the Keystone pipeline, that it's going to increase energy and good for the economy, more jobs, the most efficient way to transfer oil, but when in fact it will do the exact opposite, and there will be definitely negative consequences to enlarging the Keystone pipeline even further.